What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Wheel Talk. Today is July 10th, 2026. It's currently about approximately 1 o'clock, and I'll just give you a little bit of an update about where I'm at in life. So right now, as you can see, I'm in my scooping uniform. So I just acquired my 7th customer, and I broke the $1,000 per month barrier. So I'm taking in $1,000 in reoccurring revenue. Like I said previously, I'm not actually taking any money from the business. I'm either just using it for gas or just advertising, pretty much. I'm trying to acquire more customers. I talked in previous videos that I was going to be increasing my ad spend. I haven't done that yet, but it just comes down to time. I've just been kind of stretched so thin lately with my master's program, looking for a job, which is like almost another job, preparing for interviews, which those two kind of go together, and then the business. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. So every day it's kind of like checking job boards and applying to whatever I qualify for. Something that had come up recently is that there was a job posted. It was a contract role in one of the groups that I rotated with at a company I used to work for, and I immediately hopped on that. I was probably like the first one to apply for that position, because I seen the posting, and usually LinkedIn will tell you how many people have applied. No one had clicked it yet, so then I clicked it. I applied right away. I already had connected with the recruiting manager for another position at a startup company, and the recruiter, she let me know that she forwarded my a request to see if I could get hired by my old company again. Long story short, they approved me for rehire, so then they submitted my resume along with some others to the hiring manager. I know the hiring manager because I rotated with that group, and I feel like I have good rapport with him and the people that report to him, and I feel really good about it. I just need to get ready for an interview. So I've been doing things like reviewing my resume. I still need to review the papers, just like to be fresh on the papers that I've published, and then also the work that I've done. But to be honest, this is a contract position. It's actually, it's lower in title and it's lower in salary. The thing is, like I said, so compared to some of the things that I'm willing to do, this is still better. Because, for example, the position, I told the recruiter I want the $46, because it was like $38 to $46 an hour. I was making $125K, which is, I think that's around like 65 an hour. Anyways, I told the recruiter I wanted the $46 an hour, which comes out to about $90,000 per year. Compared to doing something like completely shifting gears and going to like the post office or UPS, or doing an admin role at my community college at lower pay, this is still like a better option. Because I'm still at approximately 90K. And what I'm going to do is, if they do offer me the position, I'm going to try and do two things. I'm going to try and see if they'll be willing to start at the end of summer, so that I could generate as much data as I can and I don't have to worry about a job. I got my job locked in. And then also I want to see if they'll approve me for $50 an hour, because I was a scientist too, and this is a research associate 1. They're kind of like different tracks. The thing is, I don't have too much pride to accept a job that's lower in title and lower in pay, because although it's people tend to think look at how far you've come, like how far I've come. It's like, you're gonna step down? Yes. I got a wife and kids, and I got mouths to feed, and I got bills to pay, and this is actually a group that I've wanted to be with since I rotated with them. They're a really cool group, and I'm hoping I could get that job, because that's this is the best lead. This is a big opportunity, because it's not just it's a contract position. It's if I go in there and I bust ass, this could lead to another full-time role with a group that I really want to be with, and that's a big difference. And that group, so doing this contract role will also allow me to be able to complete my master's, because I already know someone who's actually doing the same exact thing what I'm trying to do, which is to be a contractor and do her master's at SF State, which is exactly. So the good thing is, I know that they're willing to be flexible with that. And this is one of the only ways I can see where I'm actually going to be able to complete my master's degree, as opposed to if I did you know, if I got a job like at my community college closer to home at a lower pay, but then it's like, how am I going to get out to San Francisco to do my master's? That's where the issue comes. And so, or if I got a QC analyst role in Vacaville, which is again closer to home, but far from San Francisco. South San Francisco is really close to SF State, and so that is not like, it's very doable to do both my master's, like complete my master's degree and still get paid from a full-time job. So fingers crossed on that. I got a lot of hustling to do, but yeah, like if I get that right, like at 90K, but then I'm bringing in $1,000 a month, that's like if you think about it that way. And then if I did 7 customers in 4 months, just times that by 2. So in 8 months, if I have 14 customers, that's $2,000 a month. And then that's $24,000 per year. So then I'm looking at 90, that's 90, 100, 110. That's like $114,000 a year. And it's a contract position, so they can fire you and they don't have to pay you severance or anything. But usually I notice this group, they keep their contractors for 3 years, and if they really are impressed with them, they'll try and convert them if sometimes there's not positions available. But if I get back into Genentech, I'm going to be grinding, like I'm going to be busting ass, not just for that group, but I'm going to be trying to network with other groups and trying to get my name out there and get people to vouch for me. And like I said, I'm not trying to, like, people are like, you're going to take a contract role at a lower title and lower pay, but you can't look at things in life like that. You got to see it as an opportunity to get your foot back in the door and to start hustling again. And I'm stabilizing my income, and that's better than the post office, the admin role, all the other things I've been considering. Like $90,000 is a lot of money. You don't get paid vacation. I mean, your benefits are probably shitty. You're probably not getting like 401k or whatever, but fingers crossed I could get the position. And if they get it, hopefully they'll let me start like in late August, and hopefully they'll allow me to do $50 per hour. If they don't allow me to do the August start date, like if I got the offer and then at $50 an hour, I would start like in 2 weeks. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at right there. You know, it's just like a little bit of an update of where I'm at right now. I feel like the Scooby-Doo signs, like this van, remember I have the back 2 windows, so the middle and the rear, and then my rear view window, and then those ones. So I have 3 Scooby-Doo signs, and it's like 3 feet long by 1.5 feet wide. And so I feel like it's pretty good advertisement. And even when I'm stealth camping, you know, I'll go and park my car on the street, and I don't know, like right now, like I'm just advertising. And then when I'm at home and I'm not doing anything, like for the weekend, I'll just park my car out on the highway where I live. And there's like, I think I mentioned this in a previous video, maybe I didn't, but if I, like, me and my daughter were walking after we parked it, and just walking back towards the light to cross the street, I timed it. So like in a minute, there was probably like 20 customers. And so like that's like thousands and thousands of people, not customers, people who you're advertising to. That's like thousands and thousands of people per day that are seeing your logo and your brand that otherwise wouldn't have. So that's kind of what I'm doing with the business. And kind of when I'm hitting like certain milestones with the business, I get remotivated. So like, you know, I was at 4 customers for a long time. I was at 3 customers for a long time, but I was like, I just got to keep showing up and just, you know, keep grinding and keep doing the best that I can do. But I remember when I got that first customer right away, like when I first started advertising, shortly after, like this customer, I think she respected the fact that she liked my ads and that I put myself out there and then I'm grinding. And she signed up through the portal, put her card information, didn't question anything with the prices or anything. I found out that she's a lawyer and they value the service because they value their own time. But that kind of gave me the motivation to keep going, because if I didn't get her initially, it would have been a long time before I got like some solid customers. And yeah, that's kind of like, and then when I hit the $1,000 mark at 7 customers, that was kind of like a little bit of a surprise to me, because I didn't really actually do the math. I thought I was more around like the $800 mark, but I got 2 customers within the last 2 weeks. And one of them, I think, was through advertising on Facebook, and then another one was through word of mouth. It was an older gentleman from one of the retirement communities in my town, and he let me know that, I asked him, I was like, how'd you hear about us? He said, just word of mouth. So either my, because I'm always posting in the local Facebook groups or whatever. And yeah, when I hit the $1,000 mark, I'm like, oh yeah. So at 7 customers, I'm already at $1,000. That's like an average of $140 per customer. And it takes me about 5 to 6 hours. Let's just say 6 hours, 1 day a week. So that's 6 times 4 is 24 hours. 1,000 divided by 24. That's about like, I think that's like around like 40 to 42 an hour, which is pretty good. I need to get it higher, but that comes with more customers. And what I'm going to try and do, I have one customer. He's on a bi-weekly service, and sometimes I forget which week is his week. But now I have my CRM. I have it programmed correctly where it knows his days, and so now we're on the same page. The CRM and me are on the same page. Anyways, he's on bi-weekly service. So when you're on bi-weekly service, you pay less per month. So it's $50 per visit, so $100 per month. Plus he wants spraying, but I charge more for spraying if you're doing less frequent services. So I charge $15 per spray for each visit. So he's paying $130 plus tax, comes out to $140. Versus if he did weekly service, he could be paying $120 for scooping every week. And then I lower the price for spraying if the more you spray, the more visits I go to your house. So then that each visit for spray is $10 per week. So it'd be paying $40 per month for the spraying. So $160 per month plus taxes around $170. Basically, if he spends $30 more per month, he will have weekly service. I think that's worth it. I mean, that's like an additional $15 per extra visit. I think that's a good deal. So I think I could upsell him on that. And yeah, initially what I was thinking is decreasing my prices. But I think my issue is more of getting in front of people, like getting my name out there and the service is available. That's more my issue, as opposed to like people who don't like the cost of my services. Because if they really don't want to pick it up and they have the money, they'll pay for it. And it's not an issue. Most of my customers, like, they don't complain. Like, I charge them on the first of the month. The pay is whatever. So it's like, I'm not going to lower my prices based off of, how these first 4 months have been. I mean, so like another 4 months. So it's my dad's birthday today, and then tomorrow is my daughter's birthday for her 1-year birthday. I just hope that I could pull off a job, because like I said, this is one of the toughest job markets for my industry, which is biotech. So currently it's July, August, September, October, November. So by the end of the year, I want to be at 15 customers. 14 is another 7. But yeah, so I want 15. That's a good goal for me, is if I could get to 15 customers, I'd be pretty happy with that. Because that's about $2,000 per month. Then the following year, in the first 4 months, if I get another 7, that's my goal now, is 7 every 4 months. I want at least 7 customers. And I think I'm going to increase my ad spend eventually to $50 per day. Yeah, so that's it for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share Hype if you have one. I'll catch you all on the next video. Peace.